All right, so let's talk about like the day-to-day grind, hustle as a Spark driver compared to a DoorDash.
Good morning. Hey, it's a great morning.
Now, when it comes to the work itself, right? How different does a typical Spark shift feel compared to a DoorDash one? I know you've said some things before, but I already had my question, so you got to answer it again. Is it less stressful? Is it more organized? Go ahead.
So much more organized, in my opinion. But it also depends on the store. You know, you can have a store that, like, where you go and do curbside, where they put it in your car and you take it.
Wait. Before you continue, you said they put it in your car, so you don't have to get out?
You don't have to. I do, and that too also depends on the Walmart. I hear in other places that some are stricter, that they don't want the driver to get out.
Oh wow!
But
so it's like
I like to get out to help them, and plus I can also kind of put it where I want it as well, and it's just quicker, you know.
I'm that type of way too. I understand what you're saying, even if I've never done Spark. Teamwork. Go ahead.
And you get to know them, and you're just like, hey, what's happening? You know, it's just a pleasant experience all the way around. You know, when you pick up the order there, like compared to a DoorDash order, say you go to a restaurant, they're already upset at the restaurant. They don't want it. They're having a bad day. And you walk in and want a DoorDash order, you know, a lot of the time you get attitude, or they're just not happy. Over at Walmart, I mean, everybody's just kind of like, hey, what's going on? You visit, you talk while you load, you go, and you come back. You know,
that's what's up.
It's just a totally different experience to me.
That's what's up.
But I'm also saying that, you know, that's not everywhere. I'm sure there's places where you might run into problems. And I know, like, during the holidays, they can get overwhelmed at some Walmarts, and you've got to wait. There are issues. You know, it's not like I said, it's not a perfect app. But for the majority of the time, it's a great app.
Do you remember when DoorDash had first partnered with Walmart? You remember that?
They partnered with Walmart?
At one.
Are you talking about? Oh,
back
Uber.
in the day.
Uber.
No.
Yeah.
DoorDash. Oh, see, it's so long ago. She don't even know nothing about that. Listen, let me tell you something. Okay, this had to be maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was like, to me, it was pre-COVID. Okay, I can't remember exactly, but it was like pre-COVID. But listen, I had drivers contacting me, telling me how sick of DoorDash they were because of Walmart orders. It's like they just wanted to do food delivery, okay? But all they were getting was Walmart, and they did not want to go to Walmart. They hated.
It seems like I do remember that.
I said, what? Now, the Uber partnership with Walmart came after the DoorDash partnership with Walmart. But I just remember how bad of an experience Dashers had. If you're watching this or listening to this, do you remember that partnership with Walmart, DoorDash and Walmart? And Dashers did not want to do it. There was no way to opt out of Walmart, and they just wanted to do food delivery, and all they were getting was Walmart. They were avoiding Walmart parking lots because they were getting loaded with a bunch of Walmart orders on DoorDash. You don't?
I think I remember that.
Okay.
Now that you mention it.
Yep. Listen, I was afraid to get the Walmarts in my market with DoorDash because at that time, listen, I have one Walmart, 2, 3. Within a 10-mile radius, I think I have about 6 Walmarts.
Yeah, we do too. We have a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of Walmarts, right? So I was dreading, like, please do not let that come here on DoorDash. I do not want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. But then I never ended up getting any DoorDash Walmart orders. But then when Uber hit, I was like, wait, y'all paying me $90 to do 4 trips?
Yeah, they were good.
$90
in the
for 4?
beginning.
In the beginning? Keyword beginning.
Yeah, beginning.
So, okay. So with Spark, you're mainly doing grocery runs instead of fast food, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So do you like that switch, or is it just a different kind of hustle?
Well, it's a different kind of hustle, but I like the switch. It's just so much easier.
The reason why I asked that is because on DoorDash you have the CVS, the Walgreens.
Oh yeah.
You would have to go and shop and stuff like that. I don't know any other store that DoorDash allows a dasher to go and shop, because that's all I would get in my market, right? Have you experienced any other store for shopping other than those two, CVS and Walgreens?
On DoorDash?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Dollar General on DoorDash.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that one. Oh yes. Okay, continue. Let's get past that. I dreaded Dollar General because everything seemed out of place. So
It
okay,
sure was.
all right. So it is a different kind of hustle.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And the shopping compared to DoorDash is different too. DoorDash is okay, like at CVS or Walgreens. They're pretty good. One of them tells you where the items are, and the other one doesn't. I think it's Walgreens that doesn't. At least here, they don't tell you, exactly where it is.
Okay.
But Walmart now, they will bring you right to the item.
Well, you would. It's like you have Publix up there, right? Where you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like Publix having their own app and not telling you exactly where it is in the store. It's like, you better know exactly where your stuff is, Like I went into Publix yesterday, just to have a quick side note, right? I went into Publix yesterday. My wife asked me, babe, before you come home, can you stop and get some agave syrup? Because I want to make some smoothies for the boys. Okay, no problem. Right. So I go into Publix and I look at the aisle and I look for syrups. Right. I'm thinking it's in the syrup aisle. Right. I go there and I'm like, they got maple syrup. They got pancake syrup. They got all this other types of syrups. And I'm like, where's the agave? Right. So I'm now scanning all the aisles. I'm looking at the aisle number and I'm looking at all the available things in each aisle. And I'm like, wait, is it by sugar? Like, where is it? And I can't find sugar, right? So I'm like, wait, let me ask somebody. So I see this guy. He clearly has on one of those. He works in the meat department, right? So he clearly has on one of those white coats, right? And he's fixing the chicken or whatever he's working on. And I'm looking at him like, oh, you can't help me, huh? Then he looks at the guy down the aisle. He was like, he can't. So I said, okay, all right. So I go down to the aisle and I ask, where is the agave syrup? And basically, they took me to where the tea aisle is, like the tea bags and stuff. And the manager said, I think, or I guess, it's because people like to use agave in their tea. So they put it with the tea versus with the syrups, because I had asked, why would they remove it from by the syrups? And it's a syrup, agave syrup. Why is it not in the syrup aisle? So the reason why I'm saying this is because it's good to know that Walmart would take you directly to the item. It's like if Publix had an app that would take me directly to the aisle to get the agave syrup that I was looking for. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like, that is so much more convenient. I would say, as a shopper, because I've done shopping on Instacart, as a shopper, I hate when they are out of an item and the app is telling me they should have them in stock. Like, mother effer, don't you see? I can see with my eyes there's nothing left. But you're trying to tell me that somebody else got it earlier. That was earlier today, But is that the experience from your perspective as a Spark driver when you're doing shop orders? It's going to be there, or it's going to show like there's no more?
The app will not tell you. Well, you'll get there and sometimes there won't be an item. Yeah, there are substitutes that you have to do every now and then.
What's that process like though? Because Instacart can make it a pain or not.
Yeah, I've never been able to do Instacart. It just seems like they're kind of like a DoorDash shopping app in a way. They've got.
So you're done over there too.
Huh?
So you're done over there too.
Oh yeah. I didn't like that app. I just. Yeah. But anyway, I forgot the question. What was the question?
Well, we were just kind of like, saying like, it's like, would Walmart Spark app let you know if it's out of a certain thing? Stuff like that.
Yeah, the substitutions. It also depends on the customer. If the customer, they can put in certain substitutions that they want, and then they can also just request not to have a substitute. Like, say you want chocolate milk and you don't, in your mind, you don't want anything else but chocolate milk. They won't put a substitute. They'd rather just not have it, It just depends. But the substitution process really isn't that bad. And if for some reason you substitute something and they decide they don't want it, they'll just send you a quick thing like they rejected it. And you just put it back and move on.
Okay.
It's really not that bad.
Okay.
And most of the customers that I deal with aren't bad, but that's part of my strategy. Mm-hmm. As far as doing Spark, I make sure where I go and I pretty much know that the customers are going to be fairly decent.
Okay. All right. So DoorDash is known for stacking low-paying orders together. You've experienced this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That wasn't a question. That was a statement. I know. Okay. All right. So how does Spark handle batching? Like how and do you feel like you're in like more control?
Batching, they've kind of added more batching. They used to do like if you picked up a curbside pickup, it was usually just 2 orders, 2 drop-offs. Okay. They've gotten up to 3 now, but they're still good at it. I mean, you may have 1 larger order and 2 small ones. So it's still not that bad.
Okay. So they don't try to make you do way more work for the same pay type of deal.
Not really. I mean, some of them might be a little more complicated where there might be some more miles in between them, but that's on you. That's where the cherry picking comes along. Is it worth it to you?
Okay. So this is not a question that I have written down, but I personally feel like DoorDash is out to get me when they intend. Oh, okay. All right. So you should answer this easily, right? I feel like DoorDash is out to get me where I feel like they intentionally send me away when they know my dash is about to end, or, they know that my AR is not high enough and I'm not going to do certain things. So they keep me busy by sending me outside of the zone, and they don't send me anything coming back to the zone. Right. Uh-huh. So do you feel, and this is obviously this is an emotional thing, right? But do you feel they're out to get you on Spark? Like they are intentionally sending you things or sending you offers that have specific things that you know that they should know you would not take?
No, I don't feel that way at all.
Because, the reason why I asked that question before I let you finish, right, is because when we do a specific app for a while, I don't know if you've gone through this, but it's almost like we feel like they should know us as a driver because we've done so many of these orders on their platform. They should know what we want and what we are willing to take and how they need to dress it up to give it to us. Like, to give you an example, and a short example at that, Uber would send me a $4, right? And then I would decline it. And then they would send me an $8. Then I would decline it. Then Uber is like, it almost feels like Uber like, oh, so you would normally take this $8 and $4 if it was $12 going the same amount of miles. Send both of them to me, I'll take it, you know, but don't send me a $4 going in that direction and expect me to do that, you know? It's like, it almost feels like Uber understands me to some level, but DoorDash is like, nah, we're going to make you do this. You ain't doing shit else until you do this, you know, like that's it. That's how it feels. So I'm asking because now that you kind of like made it evident that you are you're kind of like done with DoorDash. You still got the app, but you're kind of like done with DoorDash. It's like, I'm asking that question. Does Spark make you feel that way where they know you as a driver, almost like Uber?
No.
Okay.
No. I feel like they have the orders. They throw them out there. If you catch one, that's good. If you don't, that's and even with their AR, let me bring this up. Even with their AR, I've had a high AR and I've had a low AR because, like I said, I cherry pick. I haven't seen a real difference in the orders. They're all about the same.
Okay.
Regardless of my AR.
Okay, so it doesn't matter as long as you're there to work in a hot zone or a semi-hot zone or whatever, or the right location. If you know your market, you're going to be able to make some money on Spark.
Oh yeah. What time it is, D-Fam? Yeah. It's time to what? Go get your money.